Welcome to the Happy Thrive Vibes podcast, where we explore the pathways to a joyful, fulfilled life through insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories that empower you to thrive and embrace your passions. I'm your host, Laura, and I'm excited to get started.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode in our mini series of Cultivating Gratitude from Happy Thrive Vibes, the podcast. And remember that if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, we do have a YouTube channel also. So when we reference things maybe that we're seeing or that we're sharing, you can always hop over to our YouTube channel and you can find us there on Happy Thrive Vibes and see what it is that we're referring to. So whichever platform is easiest for you to listen to, just get a little gem of happiness so that you can start your day off right. That's all that matters. Welcome back to Sara Cox, my sister. She also is small business owner, Phantom Sports in Vero Beach, Florida. Thank you, Sara, for joining us for this next segment in our podcast mini series.
Thank you for having me.
And a shout out to a couple of nephews of mine who are my biggest fans. They were my first followers on YouTube. I believe first it was Matthew and then Luke joined, and now Michael's on there and Joy.
Yep.
And my other set of nieces probably are not old enough to be on YouTube yet, but I'm sure that they will be. But I wanted to give a shout out to them because they're pretty awesome. And because I'm sure that they're watching at home right now, so they can be like, Mom, you said this. Aunt Laura, you said this.
Yeah.
So we'll give them a shout out for sure. This episode, we're talking about celebrating small victories. And that, I guess, could have been some of my small victories, right? I started off with 0 followers and now I have less than 20 still, but still I have more than 0. And my nephews were my first followers.
Each one is a celebration.
Each one is a celebration. Yes, everything is a celebration. The fact that I even posted things on there and taught myself how to do that and found the courage to do something fun just for me. That is a small victory. So celebrating small victories, basically just acknowledge and celebrate your achievements to boost confidence and motivation. I am a list maker. In the previous episode, we shared that Sara and I are both list makers and we like to write things off and cross things off. I used to just keep going. Like even when I got my degree, so what? And then I'm just moving on to my next thing because I have another to-do list. And I had to force myself to celebrate the small victories. So what do you think of what comes to your mind when you're talking about celebrating small victories, Sara?
Oh, so many things. Having homeschooled for over 20 years.
Have you 4 children and 2 of them are now?
Well, those are big victories, though.
Those are big victories, but everything counts, big and small. Some people don't even celebrate. I didn't celebrate big victories until I
the fact that we survived day by day when some days I wanted to run into oncoming traffic, like that's a celebration, buddy.
It is.
When we talked about gratitude journaling and on our list, sometimes you just put, made coffee and highlight it off. That's a small celebration right there. I've got my coffee. I made my coffee this morning. Well, Todd made the coffee, but I had to put it in the cup and add the creamer and the sugar. But that was a small victory for me today because there's lots of days that I'm running late and I don't have time to actually go and throw some coffee in a to-go cup. So that's celebrating a small victory. I'm just saying that made me happy.
Here's a small victory from my desk.
What
since we're sharing. They're Hershey's Kisses.
Oh,
but do you know what it means that they're in this jar and not in the bag that they came in?
No.
It means I didn't eat them all in one sitting. I had to find a jar to put them in. And so I only have a few a day. There's a celebration.
Good job. You're better than me. I realized that all I ate today was some cookies, but I have 1 left. So that means I only ate 5 out of the 6 cookies I brought to work.
And you can celebrate it by eating that 6 cookie when we're done.
Yes.
The conversation I had this morning was celebrating small victories with my husband, which, he could write a whole memoir about the crazy conversations I bring up. But when we were housebreaking, we have a puppy. She's 2 years old now. When we were housebreaking Emma, it was hard because I've never housebroken a puppy before. I never had a puppy before. And she was pee-pee pad trained, which was great. She was pee-pee pad trained. She went on but she was so trained that she didn't understand that grass had a whole different use. She had no idea. well, and we don't have grass here in the Keys. I mean, like most yards just have pea rock, and she just didn't understand that she was supposed to go there because she knew she was supposed to go there. And so we did all the, I watched all the videos, and we listened to the dog whisper and all those things. So we did all the things. But when she would go where we wanted her to go, we celebrated so hard. I almost broke my neck chanting and cheering for her. And now she's 2. I realized I still cheer for her every morning. Like, we celebrate big time. If she goes and does her pee peeps and poo poops every morning, like she comes running back in, and we're celebrating and we're singing, and she knows she's going to get her breakfast next. And it is the best. And then I realized, is she fully appreciating these celebrations? Because I don't know where else in my day I celebrate as hard as when she does her business where I want her to, all throughout the day. And I owe it to myself to celebrate myself that hard throughout the day. I don't. I
Absolutely.
should. I
You
should.
should. But that's a great example how celebrating the small things can impact your whole day. Like, so you doing that with her in the morning and she has a good day, so then you're celebrating it. Do you notice then that for the rest of your morning you're in a better mood because you took that time to celebrate?
Oh, I'm in a great mood every morning. I mean, how can you celebrate something so ridiculous and like seriously celebrate it? I do a cheer for her. Like, she has a song. It's amazing. I mean, when you start the day that way, and I'm not even caffeinated yet. Like, I haven't even had my morning coffee, but we celebrate hard, and then yeah, you can't be in a bad mood after that.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
Well, so the conversation, I stopped mid-sentence. I stopped mid-thought, which is typical for me. So this morning, after she comes in and we're celebrating, I said to my husband, I celebrate. I mean, I like to think he does that when I'm out of town. I don't think he throws her a party like I do every time, but in my head he does, because I need that for my baby girl. But I said to him this morning, why don't I celebrate anything for myself this hard? Like, I don't even celebrate that I made it to Friday night, or that I made it to the weekend, or that, my paycheck was enough to cover my bills, or just all the things that are on my gratitude journal that I'm grateful for. After I write my gratitude journal every morning for the things I'm grateful for, I should get up and do my dance and celebrate myself like I celebrate her.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
feel like I just gave myself a call to action.
I think you did too. I think that was a call to action, not just for you, but for a lot of people, because I think most people don't celebrate those small victories for themselves like they would somebody else. And the thing is, your brain believes what you tell it. So if you repeatedly tell it something over and over again, your brain will believe it. So, like you doing those celebrations with Emma, your brain now believes that is a massive celebration to be celebrated. And that's a good thing
It
because that
actually
makes
is.
me
If you've
feel
ever cleaned
happier.
up a couple of times, it is really a reason to celebrate.
And I think we all should do that for ourselves because we do it for other people. And if our brain is going to believe what we tell it, we should be telling it good things about ourselves and celebrating the fact that, hey, I got up this morning. I put my feet on the ground. I made my bed. I brushed my teeth, whatever it is. Find that small thing in the morning that you can celebrate. And I guarantee if you do that every morning on a consistent basis, that you're constantly filling your brain with those small celebrations for those small victories. It's like, I'm not going to say it's going to change your life, but I'm not going to not say that it's going to change your life.
I was at a conference where they didn't make us, like, there were no happiness police going around or anything. But they wanted us every day when we woke up to be like, get out of bed and jump up and down and say 3 times, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. And so I remember the first day, because I used to have like this debilitating phobia of looking stupid. I mean, it really was my thing that I didn't even realize until now that I'm older. And so I'm like, you want me to do what? So anyways, so everybody's doing it, right? And we're there at a conference, we're staying there. So there's other people, we're like in bunks. So anyways, I get out of bed, I jump up, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. And it's magical. Because even where you're at right now, if you were to jump up and down 3 times and scream, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, how can you feel anything but excited after that? Like,
Yeah,
all
that's
your
true.
endorphins, like, you're crazy excited. You're so happy for that moment.
Well, I think you do have to
You're
take
envisioning me
that into
jumping up and down,
consideration just
screaming,
a
I'm
little
excited,
bit.
aren't you? You're looking at me funny, like as if you can envision me jumping
If
up and down.
I jump up and down right now and scream, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. I might have the cops at the door from one of my neighbors being like, I don't know what's going on next door at that store next door, but you might need to go check it out.
Well, when I'm at home, honestly, every time I think about, like, usually I don't think about it until after I've had my coffee and I'm like, oh, I already missed another day anyways because I already woke up and I already walked out of my bed. But I do think of what would Tim's face be, and it does make me happy. Like that is my happy thrive vibes. My Tim's reaction to my random ridiculousness that is throughout the day. Like
I think that would be
my
hilarious.
brain bubble, like my thought bubble of I don't celebrate myself as hard as I celebrate Emma doing number 2 in my designated area. And he's like, why are we talking about this? So that is my happy thrive vibes.
Oh my gosh. I think you should set a little, like, set your camera somewhere to record, and you guys are sitting at the table eating either breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't care what it is. Just you guys sitting at the kitchen table. And then you should randomly jump up and be like, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, I'm so excited, and get
You
his
know what?
reaction.
You know what I'm gonna add in my list now and crossing off? I made Sarah jump up 3 times and say, I'm so excited. Check. Because she just did it. So
Glide and sinker.
she just did it, and I think that's a great segue into the end here. But I think this is my most fun topic so far, celebrating small victories, because you don't need any money to celebrate anything. You can just be excited. I remember when my student loan balances was 0, and that's after 25 years of paying student loans. And I didn't even get as excited as when my dog goes. Like I cried because I was so grateful. Seriously, I cried because I was so grateful and felt such a weight off my shoulders. And then I literally just kept working.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I think, oh, I owe it to myself to celebrate myself. And I feel like all the listeners do too. Anybody who's out there, if you're driving home from work, celebrate that you're driving home from work and you made it through another day. And
Yep.
what is the saying? So far we've made it through
But don't
100.
jump up and down while you're driving.
Don't tell me now you're driving. Well, what is that saying? We've made it through 100% of our days so
Yeah.
far. If you wake up, you have 100%
Success rate.
success rate. So if nothing else, celebrate your success rate that you have. That's 100% of getting up every single day.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks. See you again for our next mini episode.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope this episode sparked inspiration for ways you can shift from surviving to thriving by doing more of what you love. Until next time, remember to let your optimism and passion light up your world and always remain in a place of gratitude. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment on our podcast. Wishing you endless happy Thrive vibes. Happy Thrive Vibes explores various topics aimed at promoting positivity and personal growth. We want to make it clear that the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are not necessarily those of the creators or staff at Happy Thrive Vibes. Our aim is to provide a platform for diverse perspectives and ideas, and while we strive to present accurate information, the content discussed here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We encourage you to form your own opinions and always consider multiple viewpoints.